Do not skip this part. This is very important to the video. Just want to say I have a Movo microphone handheld thing for my phone, and it cuts out during the wind of this video, so I'm gonna have to return it or do something with that. Just want to apologize and give you guys a heads up. Well, after all these months, it's finally warm enough to be able to bring all the turtles outside. Now, if you were subscribed last year, you would know that I have a lot of videos that lead up to that build. So today, we're gonna be cleaning out the turtle pond. There's a lot of string algae in here. I'm gonna try to get as much of that out as I can. And we're just gonna do a general checkup on all the animals. And in a later video, we'll be releasing all of the aquatic turtles in here. So stay tuned for that. But right now, I'm gonna start pumping out the water, and you guys are gonna see how I clean this pond. So step one of the entire process is draining it. And surprisingly, a lot of people ask me how I drain it. Well, in order to have it filtered, you need to have a pump. And the purpose of the pump is to push water through the hose, through the filter, and then back into the pond, which there it's been cleaned through the filter. Well, I just detach the pump's hose from the filter and just simply have it drain the pond right out into the yard like that. So usually takes about 30 minutes to drain the entire pond. This is a really high powered pump, but I have it sitting on the plant bucket, which has no plants in it right now. And then once it gets down to that level, I'm going to put it down to the floor of the pond. I just don't put it down on the floor right now because there's a lot of string algae down there, and it took me about 15 minutes to clean that pump enough to where it's back to its original self, because it was struggling to get water through. But it is a little windy today. I don't know if you can hear that. I have a buff on the mic. Hopefully that will help deter some of that wind sound for you guys. But so far so good. I'll get back with you when the pond is drained. So the pond is just about drained. It's about as drained as it can get with the pump. I'll have to bucket out the rest of this, but we're gonna collect all the fish, put them in that tub there, and check on the turtles and scoop out as much water as we can. Try to scrape out all the algae and fill it back up. This should be a long process. If you take a look, see the bubbler still running. That's what the noise is. See all this green? This is all just string algae. And if you take a look underneath, it's all just clean sand, which is why I don't think I'll have to do a whole lot of cleaning, just getting this algae out. I mean, this is all just algae right here, just sprout out everywhere on top of the rock. See there, like, you can see that it's like all webbed on the logs. It's really kind of gross. Some algae on the sides. I honestly don't mind algae. Excuse me. I honestly don't mind the algae on the side of the pond. If anything, it gives the turtles a nice hiding spot where it's shady and cool, and the fish like to hide in it too, and it's actually good food for when the pleco is out here. So I don't mind algae on the side, but the algae just sitting on the sand and on the logs and everything, I don't like that. It's annoying. But while the pond is drained, I may separate. I have both bubbler stones right there. I'm going to put one over here, and I may relocate this plant on top of that plant bucket, which nothing decided to grow out of this year. I'm going to be getting, hopefully, some lily pads here pretty soon to throw in here. But cattails are looking good. I think this is called pickerel. That's looking good. And of course, as I usually do, I'm going to get some duckweed in here ASAP. So we're going to get this string algae out, fill it back up. I mean, that's essentially it. So we'll be back. So if anyone's ever been curious on how deep the pond is and how big it is and what kind of stuff it is, or stuff is in it, this is basically it. So I made this area here 3 foot deep, then 2 foot deep, then essentially 1 foot deep, maybe like 1 1/4, but this is like the shallow area, then medium, then really deep. But yeah, a lot of people think that it's a small pond. It's definitely not big. I mean, like ponds that like Camp Cannon have and Hulk Faro, you know, obviously those are big ponds, but this isn't just a small little, you know, 300-gallon pond either. It can comfortably house the amount of turtles and fish that are in it. But what I'm doing right now is actually, you see all the black water. That's all just dirty water. We want to get that out of here before putting in the indoor turtles and just for these guys in general. So what I'm doing is I have the hose. I don't know if you can tell, but it's hooked up in the back, way back in the pond. And what it will do is flush all the water from the top of the pond all the way down. It will just, you know, flush all of that filth down into here, the deep area, where I have the pump turned off. But once the water starts rising a little bit, I'll turn the pump on and it will collect and spit all of this dirty water out in the yard. I'm sure you saw in the time lapse, I hosed everything down. I got all that string algae out, or I hope all of it. And actually, there's a little bit here, just a little tiny clump. But I want to say 80% of the string algae out. But as you can see, the sand is already looking so much better over there than over here. Everything's just looking so much better. Plant bucket, we have a basking log here. This is a plank kind of bridge I have. They love to bask on here. They love to bask on this wall here because the rock absorbs the heat and they can jump right into the water. Then we have this entire like branch. It's not really a branch, it was a tree that split in half because it got struck by lightning during a tornado, and you know how things are. But this is a sunken log. It's pretty big. I want to say it's probably 6 feet long, maybe 6.5 feet long. And then we got another plant bucket here with, you know, we've got some rocks and everything. There's a lot of hiding spots, so the turtles really do thrive in here. But we're just gonna get this water out, all the dirty water out, and once that's done, pretty much we can fill it up and see how we're looking, see how clear the water will be. Here's all of the algae laying out in the yard of the pond, and it's filling up right now. I didn't get all the dirty water out, but that's fine because the filter will get it. But it's filling up now. Not a whole lot to see until it's full, and then we'll see how much algae I actually did get out, because I know a lot of the algae on the wall is plastered on the wall because it's dried out. So I'm interested to see what it looks like without all the algae laying on the bottom. So I'll be back. So here's the pond right now. Apologies for any wind noise. I'm gonna try my best to block it out, so I might be pretty loud right now. But here's the pond right now. It's not crystal clear. It's only been a little less than 24 hours since I've cleaned it. It usually takes about 2 days for it to get crystal clear. It's actually much clearer than it was last night. As you can see, there's Phelps, male red-eared slider. You got Sally, female red-eared slider. Sly, a smaller female red-eared slider. Then, let's see, somewhere around here, there's female midland painted and another female midland painted. So this is pretty much the video. Here's the pond. Nice look at the pond. Once it's crystal clear and everything is all settled down, I'm going to bring the turtles out and you guys can watch that. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like the video. Excuse me. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I got a lot of cool turtle content on my channel. If you haven't looked into my channel, you might as well, because you might find something that you like. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.